Candace Owens.
Okay. What'd she say now?
First of all,
we talked a lot about her yesterday.
Addressing some of the people. Rita King says, "Hey, beautiful ladies, you're pretty, Miss Rita King." Thanks, Rita King.
Thank you.
Addressing the comments in the comment section, our comment section, defending Candace and defending Ramashima Shama. And yes, I'm gonna continue to say his name wrong because he doesn't believe in white supremacy. Kimasami.
Rasami.
Shamahuma.
Rasami.
Now, I'm gonna continue to do it because he doesn't believe in white supremacy. So I'm gonna butcher his name every chance I get.
You guys can say he dresses nice. He has a nice smile.
Yeah,
he has a lot of energy. But the moment he said
he don't believe in white supremacy
in this country,
it's a unicorn to him.
In this country,
yeah, he's an idiot. So anyway, I watched this thing today, Candace Owens. I don't know why I keep subjecting myself to this, but I have to because if I don't like somebody, I have to watch them because then when people say stuff and say, "Why you don't like such and such?" I can tell you why I don't like them because I watch them and I hear what they say that comes out of their mouth. I don't have to hear somebody tell me what they said. I'm listening myself.
Do you honestly believe, though, that she believes everything she's saying?
Yes, I think so.
I think she's not just putting an act on
both. I think she believes the stuff that she says, and I believe that she is acting. I believe that she's a millionaire because her audience are conservative white men. That's her audience. That's who she plays to. So anything that makes a white man feel better about himself, she's going to play to that. That's her bread and butter.
Okay.
So what could you do more than anything to make a white man feel good about himself? Talk about slavery. First of all, she thought again, it's her time. You know how she does these exposés. Mm-hmm. Nothing about anything that black people could benefit from or whatever. Mm-hmm. This one was to expose how black people think about slavery and how they keep saying it's all the white man's fault. So she decided to do a video with cartoon characters, trying to play the kids, to explain slavery. So she wanted to explain to us that slavery didn't just exist here in the United States. Mm-hmm. I think we know that. Anybody who reads the Bible, we know about the Hebrew slaves.
Everywhere.
You big dummy.
Slavery has been everywhere.
But anyway, she wants the myth that white men are the only ones that held slavery. She wants to dismiss that myth and that black people had slaves. Mm-hmm. Everybody had slaves. Everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody's hands are dirty in slavery. Right. Slavery is about money. Mm-hmm. We know that. Mm-hmm. But she wanted to do a whole thing on it. Okay. So she went back and she wanted to describe how there were slaves 5,000 years ago. And there were slaves in China and slaves. Everybody was slaves. Everybody was slaves.
They had their chance.
Even people who was the same race slaved each other.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We know that. Okay. But anyway, she's teaching us something, I guess. Did you know that this lady had the nerve? Let me just concentrate on our slavery portion of it.
In America.
America.
Okay.
She said that the white people went to Africa. They didn't even get off the boat. Most of the time they anchored down offshore. Mm-hmm. They didn't even get off the boat.
Okay.
That black people were so eager to sell each other. Because in Africa, they was enslaving each other.
Exactly.
They would ride the slaves over to them on the boat and just please take these slaves. Mm-hmm. Even some of them, they'll sell us for a bottle of...
stand for the money.
Right. Okay. Some of them want even money. Some of them a bottle of liquor. Take this man. Give me a bottle of your best liquor.
Okay.
She had the nerve to end that statement by saying, this tells you what your ancestors thought of you.
This tells you
what your ancestors thought about you.
But she has ancestors.
You would if you closed your eyes, you would say this couldn't be a black woman
wouldn't say that.
Why would a black person say This shows you what your ancestors thought
of you.
about you. As if all of them was thinking the same way.
Right.
As if every tribe in Africa was doing slavery, which they weren't. And how do you know which tribe all of us came from?
Thank you.
And to say that they didn't even get off the boat, white people, you are a liar.
Oh, wow.
There is evidence of white people tracking slaves in Africa.
Wow.
She made it seem like all the slaves was gathered up by Africans in every tribe, and they all came and boated out to the big boat.
Yeah.
And they sold you for anything they could sell you for. Candy, liquor, honey, whatever. Just to take them off my hands.
But who was in control of that?
Why are they doing it? Oh, because.
But who is they?
Who is they?
Okay, pull a country out your butt. Kenya, or Ugandans, or people from Ghana.
Right. Then she bypassed the whole voyage.
Egyptians?
She bypassed the whole voyage. Now remember, this is her video on slavery. She's gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. She didn't even talk about the voyage from Africa to America and the Caribbean, where slaves was tossed overboard, women and children.
Yeah.
She neglected that whole part. So now it just looks like the good old white man came and took these old black people off their other black people's hands and gave them some money and some booze and stuff for it. Didn't even step on land. They didn't have nothing to do with it.
They did a drive-by.
Then they had a nice old clean trail back to America. They probably fed us some sandwiches and tea. And then when we got off, she didn't even talk about that. She just went right into Black people need to stop blaming slavery for everything that is going on right now. The pity party, the always saying that because of slavery, this and this and this. And I'm sitting here and I'm going.
When did I hear that?
I'm sitting here and I'm going. I remember when you told me you watched that documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the insurance companies.
Oh my God.
They were talking about the railroad systems.
I need to put the name of that in
They were talking about all the businesses.
And
all the money.
He even talked about the Constitution with the amendments. There was laws put in place listing us as property. We were not even considered full humans. Ancestry.com.
My mom said, here, can you look up my family lineage or your dad's family lineage? And I was looking up, oh, wow, this is so cool. I'm looking up, I'm seeing marriage licenses. I'm looking at death certificates. I'm looking at all census bureaus and all this. And I kept going up and up. And I got to a certain point. And I said, Ma, I don't know how much farther I can go. Because at this point, your relatives are listed as cattle.
They're not even listed as people.
They on the same list as an animal list. I see your great-great-granddaddy, perhaps, and next to him is a mule. The value of each one is on the line.
And even when we make comments like, historically, we were not considered in their heads as part of the natural flow of humans and buying your home and selling your property and raising your kids. They didn't think of us to even be a part of that type of community. Even when we gave an example of our friend, very smart mathematician, got a hold of a book.
And in the front of the book, it said, do not let a Negro get a hands on this book.
Written in the book.
So when you hear that, yes, this is the part that they get. This is the part that they pull other Black people in. Because in every lie, there's some kind of truth in it. Yes, you should not be sitting there saying, "Oh, I can't do this because of slavery.
Right.
Oh, I can't do this because of slavery.
Woe is
Oh,
me.
woe is me.
They got their foot on my neck.
They got their foot on my neck, and I can't get this done because my great grandpa was a slave. Oh, this. See, that's the part that she throws in there. She slides that in there because that's truth. But she don't talk about all the stuff that's surrounding it. All the people who don't have land that was taken from them.
I know.
All the people who don't have things, all the stuff that was taken, or all the wealth that was built up and handed down from that generation. So you're starting at a different point.
And what's the conspiracy with the Black Wall Street? What is there a lie there?
No, they'll talk about that.
How that was burnt down?
The Black conservatives talk about that.
Oh, gee.
Oh, yeah. It was burnt down, but they built it right back up. So for you to keep saying that was a thing, they don't tell you that they built that right back up.
How many black banks do we have in this country?
How about the fact that it was burnt down in the first place?
Thank you.
They skip over all of that. So it says here, recently conservative activist bobblehead Candace Owens accused Democratic leaders of deliberately discouraging young Black children from learning to read, equating their methods to those of Annabelle's slaveholders.
Now, I'm going to say something controversial. This could be an example of why people like DeSantis don't want it taught.
That's why.
He don't want mess like this. I'm not saying I'm speaking for him. I have no clue.
But it's true.
I have no clue. But if people get a hold of her teaching and her ideology, whatever you call it, how she thinks, and they teaching this in school, that's wrong.
And you know the channel that I watched this on?
Oh my God.
It was a young Black guy. He pulled up her video. He said, well, I don't really learn much about slavery in school. So he said, I ran across this Candace Owens video. And at the end of the video, he said, wow, I didn't know that. He said, wow, now I have a better understanding.
No, that's
from
dangerous.
her.
That's dangerous. It's like a minister of God teaching the Bible wrong.
She said
can mess a person
She said
up.
when the white people came over here and discovered America, she said Native Americans was doing slavery and they were enslaving each other's tribe. Okay. She said when the white man came over, the Indian nation that met them asked them to help them because the other Indians was Native Americans was enslaving them. So she said the white man helped them too. Then she said it was white people who ended slavery with Black people. She's
thinking the North.
She said the British,
Lincoln.
Yes. And then she said, and then even here it was the white man. So the white man is the person that we should be thanking to end slavery. We've been looking at white people all wrong. We should look at white people better than what we look at white people because they are the ones that ended slavery and they are the ones that, they didn't even want to deal with this. It was the old Black people in Africa doing all of that. And white people figured we can make money off of this. So it's about money. They about money. So let's make money off of this.
Oh my God. I thought of that when you started saying what she's been talking about on her show. She has a platform. That's dangerous. If people are going, I didn't even think this.
Owens reminded listeners that it was white people who freed the slaves, who fought and died to end slavery. She asked rhetorically to highlight whites' roles in fighting the Civil War and enacting the emancipation.
Well, I think what she's doing, she's blending information because Black people were not empowered to stop it. And that's probably what she's saying. Here's the thing that really...
I don't have a problem with you saying that white people were instrumental.
They signed the paperwork.
I don't even have a problem.
Let's fight the South.
Look, this is my issue.
This
is my issue with Candace Owens. What? So that if we get it right off the table and I'm done with it. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with you saying that Black people in Africa, in tribes, sold other black people into slavery.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with you saying that tribes had other tribes as slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with you saying that black people were not the only race of people that have been slaves throughout all of the history of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with you saying that black people in America, there were white people who helped black people even get away from being slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with you saying that there was white people who fought to end slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with none of that.
Right.
What I have a problem with is how you always depict black people. And then that's supposed to be the people you say you helping.
Mm.
She always makes us, like I told you when she put on her show, the black man voting for Trump. She always goes for the most ignorant, dumb, uneducated guys who probably don't vote and showcases them. Her friend is Kanye West.
Mm-hmm. Could this be a part of self-hate?
Yes. She is a self-hating Negro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you could,
she has an ideal of what Black America is. And it's skewed by maybe the way she grew up. I don't even know. Does she even know a lot of black people who aren't ghetto and stupid?
Think about it. It's unfortunate.
That don't vote Democrat? Does she know?
I think about that movie, the Django. What is it? The
Django Unchained.
Django Unchained. The character of Samuel Jackson. And you would think, Samuel Jackson, you are a black man too.
Yes.
It's almost like they're talking, thinking, reacting.
It's like she's a white woman.
Like they're not black.
Yeah, she's white.
Oh my God.
And I think, again, I told you, some of it is she believes it, and a lot of it, I believe the majority of it is rhetoric.
Yeah.
And I believe the majority of it is, I know who my base is.
Yeah.
My base is white men.
And I'm keeping
And I'm playing to that base.
Yes.
So,
and I need the viewers.
Yeah.
She's making money on her show, right?
Yeah. So I'm done with her. I just wanted to bring that up.
But
because I agree with you when you said how you made the coalition with DeSantis and not teaching slavery. So because if we got to hear two extremes, one extreme on the black side, the liberal side, is that white man is the worst people that ever walked the face of the earth, and there should be some white shame attached to you because your ancestors own my ancestors, and then the other extreme that white man is your savior. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be free and you wouldn't have no benefits. Can we got a middle ground here?
Giving DeSantis an understanding of where he could be coming from, I quickly thought of the Black Panthers, Farrakhan and the Muslims.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Right.
Think about all of those leaders and those groups, how they would teach black history. Right. It would be different.
But what I would like is teach both. Teach the truth.
What's she teaching?
But teach the truth. Teach this is what actually happened. Blend her story with this is what happened. And blend what happened on that trade as they was coming across the ocean.
It's kind of like you said, unfortunately, when public school says we're taking prayer out.
Yeah.
It's too controversial.
Yeah.
We got kids with so many religions.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't just say Jesus.
All right.
DeSantis is probably saying that. Bobblehead, this girl is an example of let's just take it out. Don't even teach black history.
That's sad.
Oh no, DeSantis, we gotta know who our people are. But who's gonna teach?
But my only problem with him is it's us.
I know.
Do it on everything then. If you want to do that,
Asian,
all of it.
Hispanic, no foreign,
nothing.
We teach basic history. Any of those classes would be private. Do it on your own.
The problem is you can't teach history without talking about slavery.
I know.
All right. There is no American history without slavery.
We are part of it.
Big dummies.
You're right.
All right. Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift has a movie coming out. You know that? A tour concert film. Mm-hmm. It's already a blockbuster with historic first date